And I just want to get into it straight away. The cinematography of this film, Rob Savage knows how to handle camera work when it comes to this film. What is up, guys and horror fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is Sophie Movie Reviews. My name is Older Breakout, and today I'm going to review, of course, the latest horror film, The Boogeyman. This movie is directed by Rob Savage, and this is based on one of Stephen King's short stories, and this movie stars Sophie Thatcher and Messina. Still reeling from the tragic death of their mother, a teenage girl and her younger sister find themselves plagued by a sadistic presence in their house and struggle to get their grieving father to pay attention before it's too late. Now, I am always in for original, unique horror films. And from the trailers of this film, especially from the first teaser trailer, I was intrigued. I think Rob Savage, in my opinion, is a very underrated horror director. He directed mostly found footage films from Shudder. Host is the only one I've seen. And I thought Host, for an hour film, is a very effective found footage film. So now he's out of the found footage genre into an actual cinematic horror film. And I just want to get into it straight away. The cinematography of this film, Rob Savage knows how to handle camera work when it comes to this film. Because I would say the cinematography of this film is definitely one of the best aspects of Boogeyman. This movie looks incredible by the way it looks. I love the camera work in this film. You've seen the trailer, there's a really cool shot where it pans under the bed where the little girl uses the circle light with the Boogeyman. Just that shot alone looks awesome in this film. There are some really great camera work in this film, and I gotta appreciate Rob Savage for directing this movie because he directed the Boogeyman pretty well, actually. I would say also the cast in this film does a great job, especially Sophie Thatcher in this film. She does a great job as Sadie in this film. You really feel for her character through the loss of her mother, but you also root for her to solve this mystery of who this entity is. And I think Sophie Thatcher should do more work because I thought she does a really good job in the film. I know she's in this show called Yellow Jackets, which I heard is pretty good. I have to check that out. But I also seen her in this short film Blink. That is a Screen Gem short film. It's actually really good. It's actually a really terrifying short film. And I thought she does a great job in that short film. And I think she does an excellent job in this movie. And I want to see her in more movies because I thought she does a really good job in this film. Also, the little girl in the film, basically played by young Lyra from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought she also does a really good job in this film. She is very convincing. When she sees this entity, you feel the fear with her. And I thought her chemistry with Sadie in this film, I love the sister chemistry between them two. I thought it develops their chemistry very, very well in this film. Same with Messina. I thought he also does a really good job in the film as the dad. You really feel for his character also in this film. I would say the best way to explain the Boogeyman is that this film is basically a simple but effective horror film for casual horror goers. If you just want to see a horror film where you basically get scared at a couple of times, the Boogeyman would do that, because I would even say the jump scares of this film were actually well executed. I wouldn't say it scares me. In a way, I wish the jump scares could have been more scarier, but I would say the technical aspects when it comes to the jump scares, I was more impressed in actually feeling scared in this film. And I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. It makes this movie very entertaining and at least watchable. Is this movie the best horror film of the year? No. I think the story of this film is pretty safe and simple. You know, it's another entity film where you discover who this entity is and it is basically revealed at the end. You know, it's one of those films that you've seen a couple of times before. But this movie is still entertaining and watchable, you know? It's not a boring movie at all. This is a simple hour and 30-minute horror film that it's not trying to be perfect. It's just trying to be at least an entertaining, watchable horror film. And I was enjoying the film for that. I watched this film before Across the Spider-Verse, which luckily I did, because if I did watch this film after I watched Across the Spider-Verse, I wouldn't stop thinking of Across the Spider-Verse. So I'm kind of glad that I saw this film before it, so yes, this is a pretty late review. Because I did appreciate The Boogeyman for what it was. It's not a perfect movie, the story that we've seen many times before, but it's still an enjoyable horror film for what it is. Overall, guys, The Boogeyman is a pretty simple and safe horror film. If you're a casual goer and you want to see just a fun horror film, I would say The Boogeyman is for you. I thought the cast in the movie does a really good job in the film. The cinematography especially is fantastic in this film. Rob Savage knows how to direct camera. He does a really great job with the cinematography in the film, and that's one of my favorite aspects of this film. Is this the film I'm going to remember this year? I wouldn't say so, but the Boogeyman just brings up why I think simple and safe horror movies can still be at least watchable. I'm going to give the Boogeyman a B-. So guys, that is my review for the Boogeyman. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like this film, hate this film, or you thought it's okay? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel now for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.